Look, they're hauling pine trees up the hill. Zoe, espera. I think this is the land of Fatima, the woman who owns this house. I think that's also her land, where they cut it yesterday. This is great, guys. Bye, Pineros. Hello. Don't worry, Zoe's on the lead. Look, they're working way up there. Like with a winch, they're like pulling it all up the hill. Look, guys, how nice this looks. Wow. Here it's still a mess though. Let's see how the hotel is doing. Hola! You guys see how nicely that cleaned up? Wow.
It's got that bit left.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Look, guys. What a difference. Oh! Nice! So what is this one for? What is it cover? Yes.
So I just hit it. It looks silly a little bit.
Yes.
I'll paint it white and then it's
Looking good, mate.
looking very good.
Yeah. This thing is also working fine, huh?
Oh, brilliant. New taps off the old BD.
Oh! Good. Woohoo! Here there still needs to be some work done.
Is it enough then?
Coming together very nicely. Jeff is doing a great job there. Do some more shopping today. I need to go with the girls to the vet. So I'll pop by Maxmat to get some stuff. We need some beams and some big boards. Some more lights, some more paint, some floor paint. I'm gonna make a list. Hey, look, it's Zoe. Hi, Zoe. Akira's on the hunt again. Uncle Richard, can we buy one of these? They're very cool. You know this YouTube channel from Dave Spark, where he has all this like military vehicles and stuff. I love that shit. Guard the fort, girls. I have an interesting video for you coming up on Blue Eddy support. Very interesting. We're gonna go to Castelo Branco to do some shopping for the hotel. Took a big stack of cash from the association. Explain to you when we get back. There's a little bit of lack of videos at the moment because there is so much going on, guys. It's really crazy. Mostly all good things. But it's costing me a lot of time to do other stuff than making videos. We have some very interesting property news coming up. About 2 properties. First, let's do some shopping. Now you might be thinking, why is he spending association money on a building that he owns personally? I'll explain to you when we get back home. Every time I come here it smells nice. Somebody's always cooking lunch. Hola, pigeon. We first need to go and see Bruno. Because this weekend is the Festas, the party in Santo André. And we need to look sharp. Hey! He has a bench outside. While I'm sitting here, let me tell you about something else. There is so much exciting news, guys. You remember I told you a while back that I asked somebody to come and work for me? Like open contract, like no end date. Like you have now open contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that because I know how you work, so I don't need to. Like, I know you can do the job that I have for you, so it's not like, oh, we need to see first if you can do the job for 3 months or so. I know you can do the job. And you're a responsible guy, so you probably show up in time and shit, so. Now, 3 months later, he said yes. Well, Philippe is not a guy of many words. But he's gonna come and work for us. I'm now talking to the accountant to get him a contract. And possibly within the next month somewhere he's gonna start work. Things are moving along, guys. Moving along. Lovely spot here. Fresh, excited. So exciting to me. Let's go to my favorite DIY store. Hi Philippe! Enjoy your last month at Rodi. Hey, so I bought the very cheap one last time. 10 euros for what, 20 liters? 15 liters. They don't have it anymore. It was a little bit thin, so it needs like more paint on the wall. So I think it doesn't matter like with the other ones. Because I think if we buy this, we need to put less on the wall than with that one. But we're gonna see because they don't have the other one. Now I'm gonna need floor paint. We also need metal paint. Madeiras y metais. It should be good. No, because this is Branco. I thought it was red, but it's Branco. Oh, When they have like a matte finish, they put on a blue sticker, and when it has a bright finish, they put on a red sticker. Brillante matte. I want red metal paint. Maybe this. There's metal on here. Paredes is wall, right? We need persian. Sorry? What? Oh, it's maybe this. See. You got me scared there for a minute. Do we have any other colors? Red. We can also do red floor. Let's stay gray. I'm also gonna need some more lights. Maybe this. So I bought a door already for the bathroom, but how the hinges are like situated is not ideal. So I was looking for another door. I think I bought this one. One of the cheaper ones, but it's not ideal for our situation. Also, I don't know what would be ideal for our situation. Maybe I should do some more research first. So much space now in the car. Oh, they have a lot of sleeping stuff here. Nice pillows. The kind lady helped me out. They have exactly 2 left. Like these things to put on the bed or putting on the mattress. Don't know what it's called in English. Lattenbodem in Dutch. Obrigado. Don't look. Not allowed. Wow, €2.13. Where is this going? Entregas especiales.
They're all being bought. They get them cheap, but
No.
no.
Hey, sweetie. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, sweetie. Hola. Hola. Zoe's also very happy that Philippe is coming to work for us. It was the dog of Philippe's mom. Before she joined the Ghost Town community. Let's have some coffee and then I'll explain to you a couple of more stuff. What happened yesterday and the day before about the properties. It's gonna be a Ghost Town news episode, this. So first let me explain to you the story about the hotel. And then I'm gonna give you a story about that building. Do you guys remember that building? Let's go into the hotel first. Hey, guard dog. Hola. Huh?
Are you talking to someone?
Yeah, Jess. Huh? I'm talking to Jess. We don't have a chair here yet, no?
A chair?
No. Oh,
The little stove thing. Oh, yeah.
so this is a nice image with the doors like this, windows. So, why am I spending association money on a building that I own? Let me explain. So this building is going to be managed by the association for the next, I think 10 years maybe. So what is going to happen is I'm going to make, well, the solicitor is going to make a contract that this building is going to be managed by the association. And the association is going to pay me, how do you say? Well, a very low amount, just like so that there's something on paper that it's being rented to the association. So, what would you call this in English? No idea.
Rent.
Yeah, but like a very small rent, like a symbolic. This is symbolic amount. So maybe €1 a month or something, or €10 a year, it will rent the building from me. And this is because when people are staying here, it would do away with all like kind of legal obligations that we could have to let people stay here. Because what I want is I want volunteers that want, at least the volunteers that want to stay in this building, in a room, they need to be a member of the association. And when you're a member of the association, you basically own the properties from the association, a small part of it, depending on how many people are in the association. So you're basically legally staying in your own building. So we don't have to do with anything like arrangement local or any other kind of legal things to let people stay in the building. Now you might say, do I have to be a member of the association to come and volunteer? Well, if you want to stay here or in any other building, you have to, but it's only like €60 a year. So if you really have objections in paying the €60, if you come to volunteer, I will pay your €60. That's, for me, it's no problem. It's just that so we're not gonna have any legal complications in people staying in buildings. So that's why I'm investing money from the association to make this habitable for members for the association. In the beginning, only members who come and volunteer. Maybe eventually later we find also a way to, like, sort of you can stay here if you don't volunteer. But not for now, because we need a lot of volunteers to help rebuild the village. So we're gonna have for now 3 rooms in here. And if you want to stay in one of the rooms, it would be mandatory that you will be a member of the association. But like I said, if you really object, I'll pay your fees, no problem. And we're also going to do the same with other buildings. I still need to talk to the solicitor, but I think the other land where people are going to be camping, I think I'm going to make the same sort of contract with, I forgot the word already again, like with a small amount of money, that the association can rent it from me for the next 10 years, for instance. Maybe even longer, but we're first going to do 10 years, I think. And yeah, like I said, this is gonna prevent a lot of legal complications. Not that you would get much legal complications here in the interior of Portugal, but better safe than sorry. And guys? We almost have 2 rooms ready. Jeff also almost has 2 rooms ready. The next case. Do you guys remember how I thought in the beginning that I bought half of the ownership of this shed? And then it appeared to be the other house where we have the podcast now. And it's very weird because at the auction site they had the picture of this house. But eventually when we got the papers of half the ownership, it turned out it was the house where we do the podcast. Yesterday, the actual owner of this shed was here. So it's good that we're not using it anymore. I was at that moment in the hotel and he knocked the door and said, what are you doing in the house? Did you buy this? I said, yeah, I bought it from Manel. I said, oh, do you want to buy more properties? I said, sure. And then he pointed to this one. Let me get out of the hot sun here for a minute. So I offered, he said, what do you want to give for it? I said, 1 mil, maybe 1,000, because the building itself is not so valuable and it needs to be rebuilt like completely. So that seems to me like a fair price, but they directly said it comes with land on the back. So they pointed out a piece of land on the back, but I found out already very fast that this is a different document, a different article, because it's a rural land. And they sent me only the papers from this actual building. So a Cadenetta Predial Urbana, what means that it's an urban property and not a rural property. So that land behind this house, actually, I didn't see that they have papers for that, so that doesn't belong to them. But this building is only 36 square meters. On the papers, it says it has a building of 61 square meters. And the total area is 131 square meters. So it has like 40, 50, 60, 70 square meters of uncovered area. But as you can see, there is no uncovered area around this building. So I've been talking to mainly ChatGPT, or the Google version of that, to try and find out what could be going on. And there could be going on a lot of stuff. It could be also sort of a co-ownership, or it could be that the documents were not updated, for instance, while they built this house on the uncovered piece of land, for instance. So that's not going to be very easy probably to buy that. The owner of this building needs to go to the Camera Municipal, like the town hall, and ask for sort of a rectification of the property. But that is probably going to turn out for them in that it's going to be re-registered as only 36 square meters without any uncovered area with it, because there is none. So that would mean for them that their property is a lot less valuable. And the funny thing is that the tax office, you can see this on the document, the Cadenetta Predial Urbana, you can see what the tax office thinks is the value of the building. And for this situation, the 61 square meter building with 131 square meters in total, the land, was valued at 9,000 euro. But a building 36 square meters without any uncovered area, it's not even 2,000 euro. So they're gonna have sort of a big disappointment, a big loss, if it turns out that the municipal can only give them new papers for this 36 square meters. So that is probably going to be another difficult case. I offered them that I would pay for any re-registration costs. Probably somebody has to come here to, like with GPS coordinates, measure exactly the new situation, which is going to cost a couple of $100. But yeah, if this building, if they want to sell it for not too much money, it's a nice addition to maybe the hotel building and make another room here where people can stay. So that was mainly the most of my day yesterday, trying to find out what could be the problem here, talking to also different people. The guy also owns 3 other pieces of land. He pointed somewhere down there for 2 pieces of land, and he pointed somewhere up there for the other piece of land. And if everything goes well, this couple is going to come back to the village somewhere next week to show me the other properties that they have, which is only lands. But there might be an interesting piece of land over there that the couple also owns, and what might be nice for us to buy. So yeah, it could be that we have another complicated situation on our hands with all the other complicated situations we already had. But this is mostly for the seller to fix. I can only give them some pointers in where they can go for fixing the issue, because they directly said like, yeah, but these are the papers and we don't know. And so I said to them like, probably you can rectify it and blah blah blah. So they're gonna try and do that, so it shouldn't be too much hassle for me. Like, they just need to change it and then I give them an offer. They just need to change it. This can take a long time, guys. But it was very remarkable that the guy showed up for this shed, which I at first thought that half of it I bought. You guys quickly want to see inside? Because it also has like structural problems. This whole building was built in between walls of other houses, because this is the wall of the house on the left and this is actually the wall from the house on the right. So this building only has like front and back walls of itself. It's not very big. There is a small possible room here on the back side also. But like I said, all the land that is behind here, it has a different registration, and it doesn't. Those people don't seem to have any papers for that, so it doesn't come with any attached land as far as I can see. But yeah, like I said, structural problems. Because if you look here on this side, this wall from the neighbor is coming down, and so that is the same wall as from this house. And also the wall on this side seems to be coming down slowly. And that is this building. So besides the paper complications, there also might be some structural challenges. Nice sunshine, Jess. Then the next case, the house next to my house. We have some news. Let me get some water because my mouth is getting dry from all the talking. Hey, sweetie. Hola. I'll get you lunch in a minute, sweetie. Let me talk to the audience a little bit more. I love water. I cannot understand how some people don't love water. Love it. Okay, so guys, yesterday I got a message from Melanie, who is mediating for the elderly home, Santa Casa. Well, mediating, she got the assignment to sell the house for them. And I don't know how much I updated you already, but like 3 or 4 months ago, they finally came with a price, and they said to Melanie 14,000. So Melanie told me 14,000. I offered, I think, 10,000. And then when they got the offer for 10,000, they said the 14,000 euro was only for half the property, and in total we actually want 29,000. So that was a big bummer. And also an amount that is way out there. way out there. So now they somehow came with another kind of solution. Now they're selling the pieces of the plots separately. So there are 2 plots here exactly next to my house. One with the main house of that land and one with the row of sheds on that land. And the other property is the part that is next to my shed behind the house here. The part that goes like up the hill. And for this part, with the house and the sheds, they want 18,000 something. Or Melanie said to me it's going on the market for 18,000 something. And the other piece of land, what is very small, like if it's 300 square meters, it's a lot. With 2 buildings on it, only one is registered. And they want 9,000 euro for that. So if you put those 2 figures together, it's not far from the 29,000 that they were already asking. Now, if you like analyze the property size and what kind of building you get, it might be worth, with a little stretch, 18,000. But yesterday, the day before yesterday, I don't tell anybody, but Jeff and me, we went inside to take a sneak peek. And what I never saw is that the whole wall on the backside of the house is actually falling down. So the house has pretty big structural problems. What makes it not worth the 18,000 anymore? What doesn't make the 18,000 seem so reasonable anymore? So Melanie is going to probably try and sell it now for those amounts, because yeah, I talked to the rest of the board and we're not willing to pay at this moment 18,000 for this building with structural problems. So since I have the right to buy it first, the right of first refusal, yeah, this basically means that if other people are interested and put in an offer on this house, what would be accepted by Santa Casa, the elderly home, then they still have to inform me if I want to buy it for the same price. So I don't think that's gonna be more than 18,000 if somebody else wants to buy it. But Melanie already said, and also in the former discussion, that they are not willing to go lower, not at this time, than the 18,000 or the 9,000 for the other piece of land. So we're probably gonna let it sit again for maybe a long while. I said my offer still stands. We can spend 12,000 on all of it, both the properties. So yeah, I am also looking at different buildings where we might be able to accommodate a communal space for the association, because the idea was to buy that with association money. We don't have that money yet, but I think we can get the funds to do that as the association. I need to like be a little bit careful in what I reveal to you guys at this moment. But we don't have that money yet, but we could get it, I think. But if this is going to take a very long time, or there are maybe going to be other complications, I don't know. I'm also looking at a different building here in the village where we might be able to do sort of the same. Now this property would have been ideal, because the very long shed that is on there, we can renovate as sort of a communal space, and then other members of the association could stay in the house part of that property. The other property has a little bit less possibilities, but still we can make there sort of a communal space for association members. So depending on how long this is gonna take. We might need to look at some other options. In the last 3 days, I'm getting to learn even more about properties in Portugal and what is possible and what complications there can be and how they can be solved. And I think by now here in the area I might be one of the people who I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I think I know a lot more than most, even like real estate agents and other people here in the area. And I must say, I find it very interesting to get to know all this information and get to know this kind of procedures and stuff. Just because I like to learn stuff and I like to know stuff, you know. So, and I can also give you guys who want to come to Portugal better advice. We still have one spot for September, guys, for a volunteer to come and help us out. Well, there can be more volunteers, but I wanted to have 6 volunteers to help with the building of the wall on the other land. And we have 4 volunteers now. No, we have 3 volunteers. Me and Philippe will also start probably in September. So he can directly start helping with the wall also. So at minimum we're still looking for 1 person who wants to come and join us. You can opt to stay in one of the buildings here if you want. Depending on when you're coming in September also, because some people are not coming for the whole month. So if you want to apply for a volunteer and help us out, link is in the description to the volunteering form. For the month of September, we're gonna, at least for the month of September, we're gonna supply lunch for everybody. I'm still not sure how. We have a couple of days covered by another volunteer. But for the rest of the days I still need to see what we're gonna do. There is a small restaurant here in one of the next villages that makes lunch, like sort of takeaway lunch also, which is not too expensive, so that could also be an option. But also if there is a volunteer who wants to come and cook for us in September or also in other months, please fill in the volunteering form and yeah, you can come and help us out. I think September is going to be a really cool month, guys. Like also for you, like to follow along with the project. It's probably going to be hectic and a lot of people and a lot of fun, I hope. Let's see. I think that is all the news for now, guys. Sorry about the long rant. Well, it's not really a rant. Sorry about the very long informational string of words. Things are moving along, but also other things are piling up. So, interesting times ahead. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Oh, tomorrow we're going to the Santo André Festa. There's a party here, the yearly party in our parish. And of course I'm gonna take you guys along. Maybe blab away to you guys a little bit more about festas and our area, stuff like that. One of these days I should be also getting back to work, but I have a lot of work behind the laptop, guys. A lot of things to find out and settle, and I'm now talking to the solicitor about a contract for Philippe. So yeah, learning a lot, and but I want to get physical again. See you in the next one.